Coming up in Our News Weekend, government enters a public-private partnership that'll secure millions of rapid antigen tests. We've got the story. A Grand Bahama school prepping students for entrepreneurship. Plus, our Sunday feature takes a look at the work being done by one physical therapist.
Our News is brought to you by Alive.
Welcome to Our News, the Weekend Edition. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kyle Joaquim. Topping news tonight, the Ministry of Health has confirmed an additional 58 cases of coronavirus, pushing the total to 6,410. Looking at a breakdown of the new cases, 42 were confirmed on New Providence, 15 on Grand Bahama, and 1 on Eleuthera. There are now 2,290 active cases with 110 in hospital. Of the hospitalized, 8 are in intensive care. 3,948 people have recovered from the virus. While the Ministry of Tourism has entered a public-private partnership with the Living with COVID Coalition, a not-for-profit coalition with the Organization for Responsible Governance that will give the Bahamas access to as many as 3 million rapid antigen tests. The tests will be provided by medical solutions provider Ports International at a low cost per unit. Well, the news comes as the date approaches for a change in travel protocol into the Bahamas that will see more testing for entry. Tourism Minister Dionisio de Aguilar says it is nerve-wracking getting all of the necessary tests and measures put in place to welcome people to the Bahamas, but he says it's something that must be done.
It's logistically difficult, and so we're working through it as best as we can to get in place people who are going to perform the tests. You have to get the test, you have to distribute the test, you have to upload the results of the test to a new platform. All of that is coming together, but it's a little nerve-wracking, I have to say.
The tourism minister telling Our News getting the measures in place to have everything in set for the change in travel protocol to the Bahamas is difficult, but a challenge government has to face head on. Come November 1st, the current mandatory 14-day quarantine for those coming into the Bahamas will be discontinued and replaced with a more stringent regime of testing. The new protocols will require visitors and returning residents to obtain an RT-PCR swab test no more than 7 days prior to travel to the Bahamas. In addition, they will take a rapid antigen test upon arrival and another on day 4 if they stay longer than 4 days. De Aguilar was quite candid in acknowledging that the vacation-in-place term used for quarantine didn't work.
We had quarantining in place. That made the destination very unattractive. No one wanted to come to the Bahamas and go into a mandatory 14-day quarantine. So what we've attempted to do was to replace that quarantine with a series of testing. So you test before arrival, 7 days before arrival, you test on arrival, and you test after arrival. And while that sounds easy, as I just described it, it's logistically very difficult to implement. So we're in the throes of trying to implement that policy. As you can imagine, the country is an archipelagic one. It's not a single island with a single port of entry. There are multiple entries. People come in by pleasure craft, they come in by private plane, they come in by commercial jet.
When the vacation-in-place plan was announced, government had set a date of October 15th for the reopening of the tourism sector. However, with some of the major hotels refusing to open amid a high number of daily confirmed cases, De Aguilar says that date didn't work out as planned. So the goal is now November 1st.
You have to set a date. You have to execute. Probably be a little bumpy on the first couple of days as you work out all the kinks. But we're hoping that, sort of the first week into November, we are humming along as smoothly as we can.
Atlantis, Paradise Island, nor Bahamar have announced dates for reopening, although officials of both resorts hope to reopen before the end of the year. De Aguilar says while he knows the amount of testing to be done is not desired for travelers, this is the new norm for now.
What we're attempting to do here in the Bahamas is to implement our regime of testing. But understand, it's an impediment to travel. A lot of people don't want to travel to destinations where they get tested. They don't want to have to get a health visa. They don't want to have to bother. And so that is why world travel is down because of all these new requirements. But the Bahamian people, I'm sure, are anxious that you don't want to open the floodgates and let all untested travelers into your country without some sort of regime being in place.
In other news, police launched an investigation into the death of a man who was found with apparent injuries to his body last night. According to reports just after 8 p.m., police were called to the rear of a residence at 5th Street Coconut Grove where they found the body with injuries. EMS was called and pronounced the man dead. An investigation into this matter is now underway. Well, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance Peter Turnquist says it is unfortunate that House Speaker Halson Mutri felt the need to express his displeasure with the state of his office in Parliament on Wednesday. Mutri told parliamentarians he will turn in the keys to his office at the end of the month if his concerns are not addressed regarding a leaky roof, mold in the office, and a kitchen with no running water. Turnquist says the Minister of Works has already given the assurance that those issues would be addressed.
It's unfortunate that the Speaker felt the need to make the statements that he did. The Minister of Works, in a previous sitting, had indicated that he would address the matter. I guess the Speaker felt it's not rapid enough.
Turnquist says he is confident that the issues will be resolved soon.
Those issues that he outlined certainly can be addressed. I don't know to what extent they are our responsibility versus the landlord's responsibility. Those issues will have to be sorted out. But I'm confident that his issues will be resolved expeditiously.
Production at the Bahamas Agriculture and Marine Science Institute has decreased by some 40% due to the COVID-19 pandemic. According to BAMSI Chairman Stephen Turnquist, he said from farmers to staff, it's been a difficult task keeping everyone COVID-free and production going.
We had to streamline some of the persons who had underlying issues as well. So with the staff level, there's a reduction as well. Okay, and then the hurricane did some damage as well, so that we had to cut back as well. So our production has been lessened by more than 40%. But nevertheless, every week we still have stuff that will come in as well for sale and also for distribution as well.
Turnquist says he can't take all of the credit as the team of employees at BAMSI has been in the trenches trying to ensure as little disruption as possible.
Kudos must go out to all those persons who work down at the DC Center. They do a yeoman's job in their efforts to be able to have the distribution and try to keep it at a level where you don't have any complaints saying, well, you're not doing this, you're not doing the next thing. But the fact is that we are trying our best to be able to continue as well.
From growing fruits and vegetables to making pottery, one Grand Bahama school is preparing its students to become entrepreneurs when they graduate. Here's Jillian Gray.
It's a skill that not many learn in high school.
Sperm. Go ahead, cup the hand. Too fast, you're going too fast. Move it at the speed you can do it, you can control it.
Pottery has become a favorite among the students at the Beacon School in Grand Bahama. Pottery teacher Portia Colbert said she learned the skill from a Nigerian teacher, and passing it on brings her great joy.
I just love working with the kids, so wherever Miss Moss needs me.
From mental disabilities to physical challenges, students at the Beacon School suffer from 15 varying disabilities. Educators focus on teaching students how to be independent, and that includes teaching them a trade. Colbert carries her students through the entire process of pottery. They even harvest their own red clay from the eastern end of the island.
We take the kids on field trips and dig it out and put it in big buckets, and then we take it and put it into the big barrel in there and let it preserve. You can preserve it and mature it up to 2 years, 3 years, The longer it's done, the better the clay.
She explained the process of harvesting and processing the clay.
When we first dig it from the ground, this is what it looks like. It's a little bit more moist, but it has dried up right now. And then I would take it and I put it into a barrel that I have on the inside there, and it will come out, sit it in the water, and this is what it would look like afterward. And we take that and we take it and sieve it, put it into the bucket and sieve it to get all the debris and everything out of it like this. This is what it looks like.
Once the clay is smooth, cleaned, and in liquid form, they move on to molding it. The students make figurines, fridge magnets, and keychains to be sold in their shop. Trades like making body care products, growing crops, and cooking also provide a source of income for the students. Over in the barbershop, we met student Kevin Jean, who was sanitizing his station.
At the Beacon School, we cut hair, We make sure all the machines are very sterilized in here. And then they wash their hands because you know there's a pandemic is going on right now as we speak. So we wipe the chairs down, wipe down everything in here.
Students charge between $5 and $10 to cut hair. Gene said he takes pride in his work and passionately described their routine.
Stop on by, you buy some supplies like grease, wave grease, if you have that nice hair, slick hair. And we have shampoo that, we have a shampoo bowl is over there. This way you sit back and wash your hair. Wash your hair for like 5 or 10 minutes. And these are our towels. We use the towels to dry the hair. And last but not least, when they are done getting their haircut, they look at this beautiful mirror.
The 16-year-old loves singing and said when he leaves the school, he plans to continue cutting hair.
It's a good trade.
Well, it's essential trade. Yeah.
Barbers make plenty money.
Reporting for Our News Weekend, I'm Julian Gray.
Restrictions put in place to help curb the spread of COVID-19 in the capital are making it difficult for special needs students to get proper education, according to behavior analyst Carla Gibson, who is the director of the Renee O'Neill Center for Children Development and Research. She works closely with children with autism and other behavioral challenges. She says her students require a lot of hands-on attention.
Especially for the kids that we work with, online, 99% of the time, it's just not effective. Right? These children are children that need to be engaged, that need to have their hands on with things, they learn in different ways. And so online just hasn't been effective. When we were in that total lockdown, we maybe saw 5 kids online, maybe out of the 15 to 20 kids that we see, because it just wasn't effective.
The impact, according to Gibson, is a hindrance to progress for her students.
It's been sad to see some of the kids we've worked with for years and that have made amazing progress and that were doing exceptional at the beginning of the year that didn't get therapy during the pandemic, and you see them now and it's it's a different child. They have regressed so much. And so I just feel again, their population has been forgotten. I have a family that lives in the US, and while schools are closed in Jersey, they have opened up the special ed unit in a special building because they understand, because it's not feasible. It wasn't working. Parents were like, our kids aren't getting it. And all the schools are closed, but they have opened up their special ed units.
Still to come, as restrictions continue, so does the need for help among many. And later on, our Sunday feature takes a look at a major way one physical therapist is helping kids. Stay tuned.
This is a huge deal. NFL Sunday Ticket is back, only with Rev Trio. All day football, all day Sunday. Enjoy all the benefits of Trio with a huge extra. Never miss a game with NFL Sunday Ticket, included in your Rev Trio bundle. All you have to do is opt in. TV, phone, and internet starting at just $99. Call 601-8992 to sign up now. Visit www.rev.bs/promotions for details.
The president of one nonprofit organization says she has seen an increase in demand for assistance in recent weeks as the less fortunate try to cope with the restrictions put in place to deal with the surge in COVID-19 cases. Families of all murder victims President Candy Gibson says more and more people and families have been turning up to their Nassau Village office looking for help.
It has grown because do bear in mind we have households where the husband, the wife, and the older siblings no longer working, and so the demands are great. And then we have persons having 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 children. So the demands would be high because once children home, they're eating, and so the demands are very high at this moment.
Foam is a partner of the National Food Distribution Program and serves as a distribution center on Mondays. Gibson says while the program is doing tremendous work and helping the thousands of people in need, she believes there are many more in need.
Even though the government is helping and they have that as a plan, persons are still slipping through the cracks. And so in that case, we would have to have extra groceries here for when persons who are named, who are already registered and haven't gotten a call back from Rapid Bahamas or the Red Cross, Land of Bahamas. We try to have a little bag here packed just in order to give them when they come, because persons are still slipping through the cracks.
The Early Birds Run Club in Energy Fitness is hoping to hold its virtual race next month. One of the club's founders, Regina Smith, says if restrictions are lifted, they'll have their virtual run for charity on Saturday, November 7th.
We're hosting a charitable event on Saturday, November 7th from 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. where people can stay active, run in their neighborhoods. We have 5 different age categories. We have a 5K race and a 10K race. So 5K, 3 miles, 10K, 6 miles.
100% of donations collected by the club will be donated to charity. Now, as for how you can sign up,
people can sign up by either emailing us at energyfitnessbahamas@gmail.com and we'll send you a registration form back, or you can stop by our main sponsor, Summit Insurance, on Sears Hill Road. You can pick up a registration form there, make your donation there. And then I also wanted to plug in that the proceeds will be donated to the Cancer Society of the Bahamas, a strong organization. That's an organization that we worked with in the past when we had our Hurricane Dorian relief run, and so we're happy to partner with them again. And so we're asking everybody to use a running tracker and take a picture of your finishing times, and then you'll post that on the Energy Fitness page. You can also, just to be on the safe side, email us your finishing times at energyfitnessbahamas@gmail.com. And then the overall winners will receive a medal. And we're kind of organized that curbside pickup of your medal.
when we come back, our Sunday feature takes a look at a physical therapist leaving a lasting impact. Plus, who gave us our quote of the week? Find out after the break.
This is a huge deal. NFL Sunday Ticket is back, only with Rev Trio. All day football, all day Sunday. Enjoy all the benefits of Trio with a huge extra. Never miss a game with NFL Sunday Ticket, included in your Rev Trio bundle. All you have to do is opt in. TV, phone, and internet starting at just $99. Call 601-8992 to sign up now. Visit www.rev.bs/promotions for details.
You're watching Our News. Welcome back. This week's Sunday feature takes a look at physical therapist Terrell Major and how he's been using his gifts and talents to impact the lives of some special kids.
I entered this field because I really wanted to be hands-on with patients. I wanted to see it straight through.
Over his 10-year career of doing physical therapy, Terrell Major has touched the lives of many, from the old to the young.
Oh, they range from pediatrics to geriatrics. They range from individuals who unfortunately suffered strokes to post-operatory, post-surgeries. Their orthopedic injuries, their back, knees, ankles.
But it's the lives of the little ones he's truly had an impact on. Children sometimes overlooked because of their disability. He shared the story of a child who was brought to him with a condition at the age of 18.
At home, he only crawled around on his knees, okay? We worked with him for a few months until he was able to just stand up and walk. That's why I entered. I wanted to be able to see from the base straight on up to success.
Since then, he's had the task of helping countless other children at Major Changes Rehab Center. One of them is the 2-year-old daughter of Sharon Hamilton. The child was born with low muscle tone, or hypertonia.
Prior to coming here, we were living in Trinidad. I didn't know exactly what was wrong with my daughter, but I know she was delaying on reaching her milestones. So coming here was big blessings for us. The love and dedication that Dr. Terrell has towards her, it's just amazing, and he gives us hope.
She is unable to crawl. You know, so as everybody know, 3-month-old to 6-month-old, they should be able to have some form of movement when it comes to that crawling exercise. So we're working with her with that, as well as sitting up exercise. So we strengthen the core muscles, and core muscles entail not only what we would like to think just our abdominal, but also our back muscles as well.
Major says while his work may seem kind of impactful to some, it's some pretty simple tools he uses.
This also is used for a lot of physically challenged kids as well. Okay, this is used to help with their balance, their core, when helping them to stand up and to work on their balance. And what I do to help with their balance is that once they feel secure here while I'm holding it, okay, I tend to slide it forward so that they would engage their back muscles as well as their core muscles, and then I push it back to them.
But as he helps children, his work doesn't stop with adults. And as the country remains in the fight against COVID-19, Major says there have been a lot more cases of stress, bringing on health issues like a stroke.
We're seeing an increase in a lot of individuals who are stressed and may have comorbidities, who are also having strokes. Okay? We need you to take care of yourself. We need you to take your vitamins. We need you to stay healthy. Okay? This is a very trying time, and we need you guys to be safe.
Still to come, who gave us our quote of the week? Find out after the break.
This is a huge deal. NFL Sunday Ticket is back, only with Rev Trio. All day football, all day Sunday. Enjoy all the benefits of Trio with a huge extra. Never miss a game with NFL Sunday Ticket, included in your Rev Trio bundle. All you have to do is opt in. TV, phone, and internet starting at just $99. Call 601-8992 to sign up now. Visit www.rev.bs/promotions for details.
We've come to that part of our news where we take a look back at some of the more memorable quotes of the week. In at number 3 is Police Commissioner Paul Roll, who says despite the Prime Minister's announcement that the records of those convicted of small amounts of marijuana will be expunged beginning next year, police will still lock people up found with dope as long as it's illegal.
The Commissioner of Police is answerable to the law, and until the law changes, if you're found with dope, you can get locked up.
Number 2 comes from House Speaker Halson Moultrie, who says he's willing to turn in the keys to his office if it is not fixed, as he has a leaky roof, mold, and a kitchen with no running water.
If you want to remove the Speaker because of the Speaker's position, prorogue the House and bring a vote of no confidence in the Speaker because the Speaker is not resigning. As you can imagine, you would come and the facility is not in any kind of position to be used, because there's a stench in there after someone has recently used it. Now imagine a circumstance where we have dignitaries from other nations making a courtesy call on the Speaker. And if they need to use the restroom facilities, we have to send them in. The Speaker of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas has to use and share the same facilities with convicted criminals and accused criminals.
But our quote of the week comes from Public Works Minister Desmond Bannister, who tested positive for COVID-19 this week and told Our News reporter Jared Higgs that he interrupted his meal of boiled fish for the interview.
You interrupted me. You know, I don't get to do this, be home very often. And today I was boiling some fish. You interrupted my boiling fish.
Well, thank you for joining us for Our News Weekend tonight. And on behalf of the entire team, I'm Kyle Joaquin. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Have a good evening, Bahamas.